This is the screen that many Brawl Stars players see before quickly exiting to the main menu and queuing up for another game. But how did we get here? I certainly don't remember exactly what happened in this game, which I played yesterday. Luckily, there is a tool that will help us get a closer look. We all know the most tempting option after playing a game of Ranked is to instantly queue into another game. After a win, you feel a rush of confidence and know you will be able to continue the streak. After a loss, you conclude that the reasons you lost are out of your control, so there is no point in reflecting. This thinking is dangerous, though, because after multiple losses, you are frustrated because it seems like no matter what you do, you keep losing, when in reality, you control whether you win or lose more than you think. Now the last thing on your mind after a ranked game is thinking, maybe I should watch that replay and see what happened. I mean, who wants to admit that they played poorly or made a drafting mistake? But the fact is that every game you lose, you have made a drafting error or played poorly. Even won games have poor gameplay and drafting mistakes. Now the obvious answer to the question, is watching your replays beneficial for improvement, is yes. But that isn't what the video is about. The answer to the question, should you watch your replays, comes after you take a deeper look at why you play Brawl Stars and what your goals are. Clearly, we have a dilemma, so let's take a look at both sides of this argument and see which is better for you. On one hand, replays are boring to watch, especially your own. Simply put, there's nothing new. You just experienced playing a game and now you're watching the same thing again. Also, watching replays brings you closer to the fact that all Brawl Stars players want to avoid, which is, you are not a perfect player. Watching replays are definitely not an activity that players with big egos like to partake in. Now, if you play Brawl Stars for fun and don't really care about improving fast, replays are not necessary to watch. But if you want to reach a certain rank or push trophies, watching replays can be beneficial. Now, if you decide that you are going to watch a replay from time to time, there is a right and wrong way to do it. First of all, please don't watch every single replay from every game you play. Besides the fact that this would be extremely boring, a lot of the mistakes you make will repeat over many games, so it's only necessary to watch them from time to time. Also, never watch a replay when you're defensive and emotional. This way of analysis will ensure that you confirm your incorrect beliefs that your teammates are the ones making all the mistakes and not yourself. Instead, wait until you are more calm to ensure more thorough analysis. With that being said, there is nothing wrong with noting the mistakes that your teammates make. This will help you correct your own behavior when you're put in a similar situation as them in another game. However, the focus should always be on the mistakes you are making. After all, your gameplay is the only thing that you have complete control over. So you may be wondering, Ian, all this talk about watching replays, do you even watch your own replays? And my answer to that is, we all start somewhere. Now before we analyze this replay together, I'm going to let you guys briefly watch and decide yourself what mistakes were made. Alright, so now that you guys have seen the replay, let's look at it together. So, first of all, the first mistake is our lineup. We have absolutely no long-range brawlers, and they have all snipers, so they're going to completely outrange us. Here in the beginning, I went for the blue star, which was a little bit of an overcommit, and I did end up dying. But this matchup is just pretty terrible, so we'll see. Our Clancy ends up overcommitting and dies. I'd say if you have the terrible matchup, like, or any kind of disadvantage, you gotta try to just stay alive, even if that means just going back, which, yeah, the biggest mistake here is gonna be the matchup. So if you said bad picks, you're right, because this draft was really terrible. And that's why you can't really trust people when they say, oh, the meta is Clancy, for example, because you'll see that Clancy really suffers on some maps like this one, which favors long range brawlers. So, yeah, we're just going to end up getting picked off one by one, and it's just the same thing is going to happen in the second match, so I'm not even going to show it. But I do get a good pull here, but it doesn't really matter because we're just getting killed way more than we're doing killing. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about this replay. Hopefully, me going over my own replay can help point at what you should look at in your own replays if you decide to watch them. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.